One of my favorite disclaimers on the channel is quickly becoming, I am not a mechanic. That's because I'm not a mechanic. I'm just a guy with a set of tools who tries his best. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't even like working on things. No. That is not a good time. I do not enjoy that. And if you look at some of the vehicles I've owned over the years, that might surprise you. Because honestly, if you ask me, stock is kind of boring. Oh, it's boring. It's like be like everybody else. And I'll be honest, it kind of seems that way when it comes to motorcycles, because everybody's kind of doing the same stuff. Saddlebags, windshield, seat, the usuals. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. Don't go too nuts. And this bike might not be set up for optimum performance, but I really like the long forks. I really like the hard struts because it stands out. It's unique. I have never seen another long fork Honda Shadow. At least not in person. And it took me a long time to get motivated to put that stuff on there, because usually I'll order parts, they'll sit in boxes for at minimum 6 months before they even make it on the bike. It's like that Grand clone I bought, that BD 125-10, the Little Boom Vader. Every part I want to do to that thing is currently at the house. I think I've installed 3 of them. I haven't even gotten around to the carburetor yet. Some of that, though, is there's a lot of lines coming off that freaking charcoal canister, because if I'm going to go in there and take all that stuff out, I'm getting, that EDAP stuff is getting out of there. That's going away. That's going away. And I think part of the reason that's still sitting in the box is because I don't really know what I'm doing. Which, of course, you should never let that stop you, all right? You know, always be willing to grow and learn and all that good stuff. It's just today I had the option of fussing with that or going for a ride, and well, as you can see. But also, as of right now, that's a perfectly running motorcycle. You know, it actually moves. I can ride it if I want to, and I don't want to make a mistake, you know what I'm saying? I also kind of hate when things go wrong, you know? Because if I snap a bolt, if I snap a bolt, I'm done. Like, almost to the point of, like, I don't care anymore. You can sit in the garage for a while, Mean Streak. Why did I mention the Mean Streak? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because a while back, I put some Viking bags on there, and it came with some stock 6mm bolts, and those things suck. Like itty-bitty, tiny freaking bags flopping while you're riding, that whole nonsense. So I drilled and tapped the frame out at 8mm, and somehow, I don't know what I did, somehow the right saddlebag is sitting closer to the bike than the left saddlebag. Now, these bags were designed to sit kind of close anyway, because they had a little shot cut out. And the only difference everything looks parallel, everything looks right, the spacing looks right. The only difference I noticed is that the right bag is kind of like tilted up slightly, like ever so slightly. So I'm thinking maybe when I drilled and tapped these holes, maybe the drill wasn't straight. So maybe I goofed something up there. I don't know. But when I put those 8mm bolts in there, I didn't use any anti-seize, so yeah. I got the right side off fine. It's a little stiff. I ended up putting some PB Blaster in there. The left side I did like a couple days later, and I didn't put any PB Blaster or anything in there. And yeah, we snapped one. This sucks. And this was like 8 a.m. on a Saturday, too, so it just killed my entire day. It's like, if I fuss with this, I'm going to end up making it worse. I'm just going to get angrier and angrier. So we didn't even do anything motorcycle-related that day. I was going to go for a ride, do some other things. I'm like, no. We don't need to fuss with this. So then I rang up my buddy Jeff Bezos, and I was like, hey man, this is my problem. He's like, I got you, fam. We got some products right here for you. When can you get them to me? You can get them at by 8 a.m. It's like, let's do it, brother. So I got a stud extractor and a map gas torch, which I have the fuel, but I can't find my torch. I must have accidentally lost it somewhere, or tossed it, or threw it away, or think it was might have been in like a case that got waterlogged or something, and ended up like, I don't need this anymore. Which, never consciously throw away a tool, because there's going to be one day you're going to need it. So I am not looking forward to doing that. The Shadow here is almost done, and you can tell by the bumpy sound of my voice, I'm still rocking these hard struts. Might put shocks back on it still, I don't know. Rocking the low bars, man, it feels like I am making so many mistakes with these low bars, it's like not even funny. It looks like I don't even know what I'm doing, which I kind of don't, but at the same time, you know, it always felt like I knew what I was doing. It's just the extended front and these narrow bars, and this slow speed stuff is not fun at all. It wasn't great before, and these mirrors suck, so we got some bar ends we might throw on here. I might keep these fat on though, man, who the heck knows. But if I go back to the apes, then I'm swapping everything back over again, which, I mean, it takes like less than an hour, it's not difficult. Or if I keep these, I probably need to do something about all this, because I don't need a +6 clutch cable there anymore. I need to finish that freaking Vader, man. I got as far as pulling the plastics off. I mean, some of it's laziness, some of it's just I don't know what I'm doing. That, and honestly, I want to record everything I install on that bike too, so that adds another layer, because then I got to figure out how to do all that. Got to worry about my angles and what I'm going to say and whether I'm doing things right, because I don't want to put bad information out there. Which, if you're watching a Lucky Aces how-to video, it should always be this is what I did, this was my experience. Not a direct, this is how you do this. Yeah, so I don't like doing installs, but I don't mind doing install videos. I don't mind editing installation videos, which I've actually gotten some pretty decent feedback from some of you that mentioned that, hey, I do a decent job of those, and they're very helpful, which is cool, awesome. I don't know, it's kind of nice working on your own bike, though, because you can kind of see how everything works together, and if it falls apart, it's your fault. Which, hopefully, that doesn't happen, by the way. I'm not really hoping that happens to anybody. I'm going to check to make sure you're okay first, and if you are, then I might laugh at you. Because I would expect if I was worried, if the front of this bike came off right now and I stood up and I was like, I'm fine, I expect everyone around me to start busting out laughing. Because you know what, it's funny. And I know working on bikes can be really intimidating for a lot of people. A lot of people spend a lot of time at the dealership. Harley Davidson. Which honestly, I don't blame them. If I spent that much on a bike, yeah, I'd be at the dealership for everything, because I'm doing everything I can to keep my factory warranty on something I paid that much money for. So I can't really blame them for that. And then there's the old school guys from like the 60s and 70s. Like, man, it's a dealership. What's that? But that's the place the bike came from that it never saw again. We do all our own stuff. That's awesome. Heck yeah. Probably the best way to learn is just to do it, Like at one point, I put off rejetting this carburetor and installing that air intake for so long, but it was so freaking easy to do, Getting into the carburetor was not as bad as I thought it was, especially once I figured out an easy way to do it. And if you want to know that super easy method, well, you can check that video out right here. And as always, y'all be good. See ya.